Hello, my name is Emily Allen, and I did an online internship through the Dibble Institute in winter of 2020, and this is my presentation. The first question that I wanted to address is how I found and arranged the internship with the Dibble Institute. So, a little bit about myself is that I am a mom of 6 children, ranging in age from 17 to 5. And I also homeschool my children, so I knew that I needed to have an online internship that offered me more flexibility with my schedule because I wouldn't be able to go out on site and work at an internship. So early on, when I started going to school, I remembered a presentation in one of the classes with Aaron Larson where he talked about the work that he did, and I was really impressed and inspired by what he talked about. And I remembered that he mentioned the Dibble Institute, and so I really wanted to pursue that and see about working for them. And one of the things that I did to find out more about what would be involved in that internship is I found other student internship presentations online and watched several of those. And I also searched in the BYU Idaho Online Student Community Facebook group to hear what other people had to say about the internship. So those were some sources that I used to learn more about this and see if it would be a good fit for me. Then to arrange the internship, I reached out to Aaron Larson and I emailed him asking about signing up, and he referred me to Rebecca Powell, who is in charge of coordinating all the internships, and I worked it out with her. And if this is something that you are interested in, then it definitely takes time to get it scheduled because there are a lot of people that are interested in this internship. So when I contacted her in the spring, it wasn't available until the winter of the next year. So definitely be thinking ahead about reaching out if this is something that you are interested in. One of the responsibilities that I had for this internship was to conduct research. There were two big research projects that I was involved in. The first one was where there were some lessons that were written and had references on them, and what they'd asked us all the interns to do was to go through the lesson plans and look at the references and see if they were peer-reviewed research studies that had been published in academic journals. And if they weren't, then they wanted us to look up and do our own research to find replacements for those references. The other research project that I worked on, which was the last assignment that I had this semester, was on the Mind Matters program, which is a program that helps people overcome adversity and build resilience. And what they wanted me to do was to find research that showed a link between childhood trauma and abuse and risky sexual behavior in teens or teen pregnancy or teens that were involved in sex trafficking. So that was the last assignment that I worked on. Another responsibility that I had for this internship was coordinating the other interns. On that first research assignment, they asked for a volunteer among the interns to help coordinate the efforts of all of the interns, and so I volunteered to do that, and I made assignments and connected with all the interns to make sure that they were all doing okay and that they knew what they were doing, and so that we could get that project done as quickly as possible. Another responsibility that I had was I made several Google Sheet contact information spreadsheets. And they would give me a website and ask me to go to the website and copy all of the contact information that was there for them to use. I also tested links as they were updating their store, and they wanted to make sure that everybody that went into the store and purchased products were getting the correct links for their digital downloads. And the last thing that I did was sending out emails. We had a huge email project that all the interns worked on for the whole semester almost. And I think it was several weeks that we worked on it. And it was to send emails out to all of these organizations, letting them know about grant money that was available that the federal government was providing. And we sent out thousands and thousands of emails to all these different organizations to let them know about the grant money. And what they provided was free help with filling out the grant proposals. And in return, the Dibble Institute asked that they be considered as part of the proposal, and that the organizations would use their program, the Love Notes, that teaches teens how to have healthy relationships. And the interesting thing about that program is that they've done research and found that teens who participated in that program were 46% less likely to get pregnant. So this was a huge part of their our responsibility in this semester, and I think it's just because all of that grant money is available at the beginning of the year, and they needed to get the word out to all of these organizations to let them know so that they could apply. So those were some of the things that I was involved in over the course of the semester. One of the ways that the Dibble Institute benefited from my serving as an intern was that I had a willing attitude, and whenever we received emails either from Rebecca Powell or Aaron Larson requesting help on a project, I was always willing to respond and stop whatever other project I was working on to focus on that. And I think that was a huge benefit to them, that I had that willing attitude. And I think that I was also always really prompt with responding, which, since we primarily communicated through email, that was really important to try and get things done more quickly. And I think responding as soon as possible really helped to move the work along. I also think that I was a hard worker and that I got a lot done. And especially in the email project, I was always trying to figure out a faster way of getting the emails out so I could get more of it done and finish that project as soon as possible. And in that project, actually, when we first started, the email was sent out to all of us interns, and I started working on it, and there were actually 2 websites that we had to go to do the project, and I discovered in the email that one of the links to the website was incorrect, and so I was able to communicate that back to let them know that it wasn't working right. Otherwise, we would have had a major problem and we would have been doubling our efforts on that. So I think that was a huge benefit to them. The other thing is that I think that I am a really good researcher, and that was incredibly helpful for this internship. One of the other interns did not take the same classes that I had taken, and so she was really struggling to know what to look for when she was doing the research. And I, part of my responsibility of coordinating was that I reached out to her and we talked about it, and I kind of walked her through it and helped her to see what things to look for just because she didn't have that. And so I think definitely my experience with um, all the other classes that I had taken, especially the practicum class, taking it the semester before really helped with the research skills that I had. And I think the other benefit is that I'm pretty independent and I'm a self starter. So I was able to work on projects without needing a lot of guidance. I think that the biggest benefit for me to this having this internship is that I was able to work at home and have more flexibility in my hours, especially because of my personal situation. I also think that one of the biggest benefits really that I experienced was being able to continue with my internship during all of the COVID-19 shutdowns and social distancing, even though I think there were other people that struggled with being able to finish their internships that were in person. I was still able to continue doing mine because I was already at home doing everything online. So that was a huge benefit for me. I think one of the most important connections that I can make between my coursework at BYU Idaho and with my experience in this internship is how important it is to strengthen individuals and families through the things that we are learning. It was really exciting to read about how effective these programs are that the Dibble Institute has in helping people. And I guess that is one of the biggest reasons that I wanted to get my degree and to be able to help people have strong relationships and strong families. And I really love that this is what the Dibble Institute is dedicated to, and that as I move on and graduate, that I can do those same kinds of things and be involved in this type of work to help people, even if they have had hard experiences or difficult childhoods or um, trouble with their own family relationships, that doesn't mean that they are have to be stuck in that cycle, that we can help teach and educate and support and lift people into having better relationships within their marriages and their families. I would definitely recommend this internship for anyone who is independent, is self motivated, enjoys doing research, and is good at doing research, and is comfortable creating spreadsheets. I also think that this is a good fit for anyone who needs flexibility because of their schedule and can't do an internship on site. So if you are interested in doing this internship, then you can contact Rebecca Powell through email or phone number, which I've listed on the slide. And I just want to say, I hope that this helps you, and good luck in finding an internship that works for you.